Welcome to the podcast where your next favorite story is already written in the stars.
We're your new book besties, April.
And Tay, here to get your book cravings started and satisfied.
Why?
Because around here, it's faded.
So grab your current read, maybe a cozy drink, and hide your TBR list because today we're reviewing books we read so that you didn't have to.
And what April means is we read books about sentient objects and off the wall monster romances for your listening pleasure.
Yes. And to preface this episode a little bit, we are not making fun of anybody who enjoys, writes, thrives on sentient object or monster romances. In fact, I myself found that I actually enjoyed one of mine that I read. So, no judgment here. We are just here for good times, good vibes, and to bring, some light upon something that maybe you haven't read before.
Yeah, I had a ball. I mean, was it a Nobel winning Peace Prize piece of art? No, but I did laugh quite a bit. So,
Yeah.
hey, I give that 3 stars alone just for enjoying myself.
For sure. Like, I was reading these well into the night, cackling to myself, and my
Yep.
husband was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "No, I can't. I have to save this for the podcast, but just know it's hilarious."
And I cannot wait. You've already told me about the topics of your 2, and I'm stoked.
Yeah, yeah. And shout out to Morgan, our friend who gave us
Yeah.
this idea for this episode and even went so far as to assign us our books. We love you and we hate you.
Yeah, and continuously assigned us books because there was a few where me and
Yeah.
April drew a hard line in the sand, and it's hard for us to draw a hard line, but I was literally it's like, "I cannot," and she was like, "Okay, well, I have another one." Girlfriend had him
Yeah.
in her pocket. She was ready to give it to us, so, hey,
Yeah.
we might do the follow-up episode again if y'all love it, so let us
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Yeah, for real, and you know what? Shout out to her because we literally were just saying this last episode that there's not much that we wouldn't read, and I was like, "Well, guess what? I found some things that I will not read."
Actually, you actually hit that right on the head. Yep, yep, there are some things, and we ate our words, we did.
We did. So, I have to tell you about this book. This is the one that I was dying to talk about
Lay it on
because
me.
it was hilarious. Like, if you need a book that is just going to make you laugh and say, WTF, am I reading? This is the book for you. So it's called Scrub Me Daddy. It's by April Showers. Shout out to April. I'm sure that this is a pen name, but hey, we share the same name. And honestly, it was pretty well written, this book was. I was expecting to go into these super grammatical errors and things that would just bother me as a reader, but no, dude, I ate this up. So in this book, it's about this girl, and she's just been cheated on by her ex-boyfriend, who's like a total scumbag, and she's going through the whole depressy, messy episode, right? And she's laying on her couch, I think like in her own filth, has been eating and covered herself in snacks all night. Super depressy mode, right? She's laying on the couch one night, and this commercial comes on the TV, and all I can picture in my head is all those like early 2000s infomercials coming in trying to sell you something.
Yeah,
Well,
where
that's
you
what
wake
I'm
up 'cause the
imagining in my head.
sound is at first. It's like you're,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
hearing it, like, "Ah!"
Yeah, yeah. So it comes on and it's for this cleaning sponge that is going to change your whole world, okay?
Okay.
And she is, messy, depressy, drunk, calls and orders it, forgets about it the next day. Then her order arrives, and it's this like, I mean, we all know what this is really referring to is probably looking like a scrub daddy, even though it's
Yeah.
not called that. It's called a dubby, which is also hilarious to me.
Adobe.
She shows up at her door the next day. It's just I cannot. She gets it out and she's like, "Well, maybe I kinda need to clean myself up. I'm kind of gross." She hasn't showered in a few days, like, disgusting, right? And so she decides she's gonna clean with a sponge because it's just calling to her, and it comes with this special cleaning soap, okay? This liquid of some sort, okay? And
Is
she
is the liquid opaque or is it
I mean, yes, and
okay?
she starts using this to clean her dishes, and she's like, "Ooh, I really like this." Yeah, and so I'm like, "Oh my god, where is this book going?" And it goes exactly where you think it would. That sponge starts to see other places on her body than just her dishes, folks.
God.
No joke, I was laughing so hard reading this book, okay? So she does the dirty with a sponge, which I guess she's probably the reason for some warning labels on some things around our houses. But This sponge, because it's a sentient object romance, suddenly transforms into this Adonis of a man, okay? And
What?
it turns out that these sponges are really aliens from, and I literally highlighted this so that I could read this correctly, okay? From the planet of Doubalon in the galaxy of Lufahim. Alien sponges who have come to Earth to clean women's houses and their bodies.
Jeez.
And
Scrub
she
me daddy, I guess.
scrub me daddy. And she at first is like, this is wild. How is this happening? I am unwell. And I'm like, yes, you are, lady. But she goes on. Obviously, there's some running away from him, scared because this is a strange man who's saying he's my sponge in my house. I appreciate that the author recognized that we as readers need to have some of our belief, kind of suspended in this. And I just can't. This is hilarious. This book, I loved it so much. Everybody needs to go read this book if you need a laugh, please. Anyways, so she obviously cannot resist the temptation of this man who is fine as all get out. This is a warning for our listeners, but he has a hot pink tip on his. Yeah, that is like very graphically described. So I was like, excellent. It is a sponge with a hot pink. Yes. It
Oh
was
my
great.
God.
Honestly, I don't even know what I rated it, but I gave it probably at least 3 stars. It was a great read. He calls her his little bubble. He's like, my little bubble. And every single time that he called her that, I just had such a good laugh over this book. I can see why people read these. If you need something that is just going to be like, what am I reading?
Yeah.
I need help. These are the
Honestly,
books
for
you should read.
like creativity, the planet of Lufa.
Yeah, yeah, and then apparently, like, there's a whole series, because I looked it up after this, because I noticed that it said book 1 on it. It is
Oh
so
my
funny,
gosh.
though. There's this whole weird scene where, like, he and her ex get in a fight, and he really likes cheesy fries, and it is just wild. It is a
Oh my
wild
God. Was
book.
there like a dedication to this book? Was it like dedicated to all my scrub daddies?
The dedication in this book says, "You deserve an out of this world kind of love, the one written in the stars, and to be endlessly railed by a hot alien sponge," which is honestly what happens. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
he's
spoiler. I mean, I
yeah,
wouldn't know he was an alien yet.
yeah, it's very much insta love, insta lust. But I will say there definitely was a little bit of a romance aspect in this. He's genuinely so sweet and kind to her, which is a little bit different than the monster romance that I read that I'll talk about later. But it is a great time. Honestly, could not recommend enough if you're needing a giggle for sure.
That was good. Honestly, just may read it just for the fun of it. Well, my book. Okay. Once again, our friend picked these books and she happens to love the movie Shrek. So this book is very on theme for that. It is called Get in My Swamp by G.M.
All I can hear
Carey.
is just like Shrek saying that in my
Yeah.
head.
Get in my swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. The book just continues with that theme throughout. So, the dedication, we'll start off with that. To anyone who feels as if they have as many layers as an onion. It's like, okay, that's nice and
All
deep,
right.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It also fits with the theme. So, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
now let me set the scene. Okay. Leona, our main female character, honestly has to be one of the most hated women on this planet. She is also the strangest person on the planet. We start the book with her at a bachelorette party in the middle of a swamp, in the middle of quote unquote bumfuck nowhere, Florida.
I mean,
My questions also for that started with, how do you have a bachelorette party in a swamp? She kind of plays it off with that they're doing some like husa retreat where they're, doing yoga and it's supposed to be calming and they're doing those gong bell sounds and things like that. But that's where it's set at. So that's where she's having her quote unquote bachelorette party right before she's getting married. Then she quite literally calls herself a loser who is marrying a rich man. The rich man is the heir of Duloc Home Security Empire.
stop.
And also, sorry, let me pronounce that for everybody. Dual lock. Dual lock. Like 2 locks, but Duloc. Welcome to I was like, okay, once again, we're hitting the subtleness back to Shrek. Next on this list is we meet the fiancés. His name is Lawrence.
Well, that's
He is
weird.
also very strange.
Yeah.
Oh, it has their last name is like Farquay or something. So like Farquad. His name is Lawrence. And he has a sister named Victoria, and they have a very weird relationship. So much so that apparently they match everywhere they go. So he has to take extra time to dress to match his sister. Yeah, I don't know. Victoria is supposed to be Leona's best friend, but all she does is talk crap about her most of the time. So
Oh,
it's like, this is your fiance's sister, and all she is mean to you, but okay. Now, I did say that Leona is one of the most hated women on the planet, and I said she was the strangest because, quote unquote, this is how she also describes herself, besides being a loser. And she says that about herself. She says, I've
wow.
got huge boobs, porn star lips, and an ass that won't quit. But I'm also poor, come from a shitty family, and have no friends, and my humor isn't for everybody. And I don't seem to know when to stop talking. That was a
Wow.
full, like, that was one of the biggest run on sentences, first of all, I've ever seen in my entire
They're
life.
like, commas don't know her, periods don't know
Like,
her.
like huge boobs, porn star lips, ass that won't quit, but I'm also poor, and I have a shitty family.
Wow, sounds like the start of a fairy tale.
Like, damn, be a little nicer to yourself. Have some
This is not
dignity.
self-confidence book.
No, like, dang, what is happening? Anywho, Bart had me dying. So continuing on, another quote about being such a stellar human being is that she said she remembers growing up in a trailer in the Oregon woods, and her parents would constantly forget her at the grocery store, school, and friends' houses, you name it.
So, no dead parents, but neglectful parents instead.
And then to finish it off with, and all of these I like highlighted because I was like, how many times can we self-deprecate on a book? But she did is it. The final one that like had me dying was she said, and also people judged me because I wore TJ Maxx leggings instead of Lululemon, and that her childhood was described as a World War II battlefield. Like, first offended because I'm like, I'm the person that would probably wear the TJ Maxx leggings over
Shout
the
out, love them.
Lululemon. Yeah,
Yeah.
shut up. And she's like, oh my God, people used to pick on me. I'm like, girl, shut up. Absolutely dead died. All of this part had me cackling because I was like, how many times can we talk bad about ourselves? But sure, we're introduced to our main male character who is named Beck. Shrek Beck. Okay, you put the two and two
Okay.
together.
Yep, yep.
He's an ogre out in the woods, and he lets us know that he is the only ogre in his community, and that it can be rather lonely being the only 7 foot tall, green, hilarious, and gut wrenchingly handsome creature around. But it's the cross he bears.
Being an ogre is just so hard.
It's so hard. It's also so being hard being 7 foot and so funny.
So
And
funny.
she's
The ladies just
so
love me.
man that exudes confidence. So I guess the girl that has none and the guy who has all of it, you know?
Equals love.
His biggest thing is he likes to trap people in the woods. So he has a hole and these people fall in and he eats humans. So, but he does let us know that he's not a monster and he doesn't eat women or children.
So he eats men.
Yeah. So he eats men. But like still eats humans, okay? He does let us know that also he gets cookbooks and other books from Amazon. I was like, question was that nobody knows where his is, but he gets Amazon delivered. Okay.
He just doesn't eat the delivery man, I guess.
Just
Amazon's allowed.
that's allowed. I was like, Jeff Bezos is thriving even in Get in my swamp. So, anywho, our main female character is out in the woods. She's like, I need some time. She goes, walks out. She falls in a hole. And of course, gets trapped by Beck. And Beck lets her know that he has no intention of killing her, but having his way with her, absolutely.
Eat you, but I'm gonna eat you.
Yeah, the other way around. Dead. Dead died. That was too good. So that one had me cackling. Loved it so much. The main male character, he talks about, that he's being a gentleman, but the only reason he's swayed is because that she has seriously nice tits. And that ruins a man's judgment.
I mean,
So
probably the realest thing that I've heard from you so far about this book.
yeah, yeah. And so this whole time, she's like, no, 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 I don't want it. But then I do want it because she ends up seeing his donkey schlong and decides that that's it for her. Which, speaking of donkey, there's another guy who he's a centaur. and he ends up attacking her. His name is Donnie. I'm pretty sure he's
Oh,
supposed to be Donkey, but he ends up attacking her, and Beck almost kills him. And she's like, "No, you almost killed him." Blah blah blah. She leaves Beck because he's like, "We can't be together. I'm an ogre in the woods." Blah. So she goes back to the city, back with Lawrence, and she's out on the town enjoying her money again because Lawrence, of course, is rolling in this dough. She has no problem spending the money and being unhappy, but whatever. She's
no
spending all this
TG
money.
Maxx leggings for her
No,
no more.
no, all the Lululemon, and she comes back to the apartment, and she hears some lovemaking going on. She's like, "What is happening? Who is in this?" "Lawrence and his sister." Like, what? She's like, "Anything's better than this incestuous relationship. Goodbye," and leaves him. I was
His
like, "What?"
sister who dresses like him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, she then leaves and goes back to Beck, and they're together. And the literal final line of the book is like, "Come on, baby. After our shower, let's make some waffles." That's the end
Snaps
of the
for that.
book. I died. GM Fairy, you get 3 stars just for entertaining me the entire time, but also I'm gonna let you know some of her other books that you can partake in. You
Ooh.
can partake in Romanced by the Rat.
Is that like
You
a
can
Ratatouille one?
He looks like half man, half rat based on the
Oh,
cover. And then there's also Step Brother Bear. Like
so not
Brother
even
Bear,
just a stepbrother romance, he's also a bear.
but I do think it's a spinoff of Brother Bear.
Wow.
So
They're really into DreamWorks.
if you really yeah, if you really wanna see some spin-off, this might be your thing. I was cackling the entire time. I was like, "How many times can this woman be mean to herself?" I am just
Yeah.
reading this whole book about her being mean, and then sitting here going, "Well, it's hard having big boobs and a nice face, but, I'm so dumb."
I'm so dumb and I'm so poor. My life is so hard. World War II
TJ
battlefield was my
TJ
life.
Maxx leggings. The part
I
about her
can't.
parents leaving her multiple places. They left me at
Nobody
school,
called
they left me at the
CPS.
thing.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
something.
You know what? Whenever I think of when you said you were gonna read this book, I don't know, does Morgan have this book? Did she buy this when you guys
She
were
did buy
shopping?
this. I am, like, almost positive that she owns this book.
Because
It
I
was
feel
the
like I
same
saw.
time we bought you the Veggie Tales book.
Yes, yes. I have that somewhere, by the way. I should have whipped it out for this.
Something by the produce is what it is, the
Yeah,
name is in it. They're like fruit priests. I think they're like
yeah,
priests that turn into fruit, and then I don't know.
yeah. It's a wild time. Y'all, these are great. Like 10
Yeah,
out of 10. If you need a good laugh,
creativity
these are
through
the
the
books to
roof.
go to. But I was thinking of the company Cockmark. Now, some people will know them because they're
Mhm.
really popular. They're bookmarks and they all look like wieners, different wieners, but they have a Shrek one. And when we were at City Fling, the booth that I was helping work, the author I was helping to work with, right across from her was Cockmark. And I was just looking at it the whole time and I was just thinking about like you having to read this Shrek book. And I'm pretty sure Morgan has an ogre bookmark. I think she got it with
Yeah,
that book. I feel like I've seen it before. And I just think that's such a
yeah,
treasure,
yeah. I
especially if you need a laugh.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
laugh my
so
ass off.
my monster romance, which I wanna say I have read some really good monster romances. There are some really good ones out there. I've actually been reading some Opal Reyne. She has some really good ones. Tiffany Roberts has good ones people like. CM Nascosta has some good ones, but this one is The Temple of the Tentacle Priests by Ava Wilde. And I have some thoughts on this book. When I read the synopsis of this book, it was like in one ear, out the other, like did not compute. I don't even understand what this book is going to be about. And so I went into it kind of blind, right?
Okay.
And here's the dedication, okay? It says, for the women who found their way to tentacle romance because a creature with 3 hearts finally seemed proportionate to the love they had to give. And I was like, kind of a sweet dedication, like, 3 hearts, more love. Yeah, I have lots of love to give, okay? And I was like, this might actually be kind of wholesome because my Scrub Me Daddy one was pretty wholesome, right? I mean,
Yeah.
aside from, the obvious, but I was like, okay, good. Morgan scored me another wholesome romance. I'm going to come with these bangers to talk about, right? No, this is not wholesome, guys. I felt like I needed to bathe in some cleansing water through this. Literally, I was like, I don't know what I just read. I have not been able to read another book since reading this one. Fun
Oh
fact.
my god.
I finished it over a week ago, and I don't even know what
You
this is.
literally in a reading slump.
Yeah, literally put me in a reading slump. Do not read it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure It's some people's cup of tea. It is not my cup of tea, mostly because I was expecting wholesome. Aw, no. So I don't even remember the main girl's name. I feel like it's irrelevant. But she is described as a sex psychologist. And all the things that she was doing did not sound very sex psychologist to me. And obviously, I am not one. I am not friends with any sex psychologists. So I don't really know too much about them. But she was calling herself like a scientist sometimes through a therapist sometimes. And I was like, wait, what are we? What are we? It felt like her job kind of kept changing. She's in this world where there's human world and then there's like this underground monster world with all these different monsters, right? And the book starts out with her literally jacking a human guy off at a blind date thing at a dinner table in the dark. It explicitly describes him coming all over their food and stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, people have to clean that up, you nasties." Wow.
My practicality in some of those books goes through the roof. There's only
Yeah,
so much I can imagine, and that one is one of those ones where I'm like, "Hey,
yeah.
let's be real, where?"
Yeah, for real. It describes her cleaning it up, and the waiter comes by and she's like, "Oh, I need a couple more towels." And I'm like, "Ew." Anyways, sorry. I hope that has never really happened in real life to any waiters. And she's like, "I'm not really into like human men. They're all kind of boring. I've been with everybody. I've been with every single person. I've been with women, men. I want something new. I want a
Jeez.
monster." And I'm like, "All right, girl, get it." Well, then she signs up for this service that I guess pairs you with going down to the monster world, and you're kind of auctioned off to the highest monster bidder, but you get to pick what monster buys you. And it kind of made me uncomfortable, this book, a little bit, in terms of not even because of the monster thing, but the main female character, whenever she would see somebody, she would kind of fantasize having sexual interactions with them. And I was like, oh, I kind of don't like that. There was another girl that she saw on the bus and she fantasizes having this whole orgy with her. It kind of gave me the ick. I was like, as a sex psychologist, I don't know that that's something that they would really be
Yeah.
encouraging.
No, I think she needs to attend sex therapy if she's
That's
seeing that
yeah,
too much.
that's kinda what I thought. I was like, "Wow, lady, you need some help yourself." Anyways, story goes on. She ends up letting herself be sold to this temple of tentacle priests, okay? And there it's
Human
wild, y'all.
trafficking off to a good start.
Yeah, yeah. She's gonna go to be at this temple, and they're all about science, okay? So these octopus tentacle priests are all about science, and they're studying pleasure and attachment and how I don't even know what the point of this was, okay? It got wild here for a while. Like, I don't even know what I read. She is gonna go to them. And there's this ritual where they have to, like, cleanse her body, and there's they call them Tintelfey, which I really should have I really probably shouldn't look up a picture of what these look like, 'cause the description of them in the book made no sense to me. I just picture bug people, but then she essentially has an orgy with all these bug people, and that grossed me out because I hate insects. So that was wild. I was like, I signed up for tentacles. So then she goes to this temple, and it's kind of like insta love on the pre side, but I would say it is not. This did not feel like a romance novel to me. It was all just smut, 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 smut with all these different creatures. Her job is to essentially have sex with all these different monsters, and I can't even believe I'm about to say what I'm about to say. I have to prepare myself. So she has to have sex with all these different kinds of monsters, and they're kind of like documenting her reactions to it because she's some rare human where her uterus is like a shapeshifter. So she can take any sort of wang, not wang, fang, wing, I don't know. So it shapeshifts, and she can give birth to any kind of monster baby, okay? Anyways, she produces this cream, and they're like, we have to study this cream. And I'm so grossed out by this point, y'all. I don't even know. I'm grossed out at this point. And this
She
octopus guy, I guess when they mate, they die. And so he's like, I want that, but I can't do that. I'm gonna die and all this. It is a wild ride. Eventually, towards the end, to sum it up, her vagina ends up saving him. She has magical vagina that not only shapeshifts, but also can save Octopus Guy's life.
Oh
And
my
she continues to bang
gosh.
everybody. I highlighted this. This was at the end of the book in the author's note. And I was like, yep, that pretty much sums up my feelings of this book. The author says, and you, dear reader, read this with your whole face, with your eyeballs, by choice, which means we're in this together now. And I was like, we sure as hell are.
That's the
Yes,
funniest
we
shit I've ever
are.
seen. Your whole face, your eyeballs. I made you read that shit.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, we are. We are in this now. What did I just read?
That's
Like,
iconic. Queen.
I literally told my husband after this, I just read a book that, like, what you think I read is what I just read. It's not what I normally actually read. You know how some people are like, "Oh, romance novels are just porn for women," and obviously, like, we as romance readers don't feel that way, but I was like, "Nope, that is straight up what I just read." With all sorts of monsters and creatures. I don't even know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna need some book recommendations from people to get me out of this book slump. I feel like I just read 30 monster romances in once, and I wouldn't even call this a monster romance. It was monster porn. That's what I just read. It was
Golly.
something.
Yeah.
I did not rate this book, by the way, because I just felt like it would not be fair.
Hilarious 1-star review it.
My whole face wants to know what I just read.
What my whole face and my eyes want a refund. Even though this was on Kindle Unlimited.
Bring those temple priests. I need some holy water for my eyeballs because
Uh,
what was that?
Speaking of my book, I'm pretty sure I paid $2.99 for my book.
See, mine were
Two
in KU, thank goodness, 'cause yeah,
mine was not.
like,
It's like,
rest in peace to my Kindle Unlimited recommendations.
ooh, they're gonna
They
be
are
wild after
messed up
this.
from the floor up.
They're gonna be like, "We know what you want."
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "She
Yeah.
wants more monster smut," which, you know what? I wouldn't mind if it was an actual romance book, but that was not it. That was not it. I don't know what that was.
I think to wrap it up, you need to read Kiss of the Basilisk. I think you need to read that one now. Tim is getting every hole filled.
Yeah.
She gets it.
Wow.
I cannot believe magical morphing vagina. What a talent.
Yeah. What a talent. Honestly, didn't
And
see it
she
coming.
saved everybody with it. That's so great. Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Conducted, I guess, science somehow, some way science was conducted. I feel like I was conducting a science experiment reading that. And my conclusion is that book is for stronger people than me. I learned I have limits, guys. Found them. I should go read a different monster romance now. Somebody I'm gonna enjoy. I enjoy Opal Reyne. I like Abigail Owen with her dragon shifter books. Like I need to go find something else to
You're
go
like,
read.
"You know what I need? I need a Christian Mingle book."
I need
Jesus.
please, please, somebody sign me up for a small town. I think that's what I texted you. I think I said
Yeah.
something like, I need a small town romance right now. I just need like standard, they've been in love forever, some silly reason she moved away. I need something silly and lighthearted because wow, maybe I should go back to April Showers and read the next Scrubby Daddy book.
This has to be an episode again. So
Love it.
definitely leave us a rec if there's something in the future that you want us to partake in. And we will do our due diligence to read it. And me and April will tell you if we draw our hard line in the sand again. Or
Found
we
it.
might find a new path. Maybe you forged something for us we never knew was inside of us. And we go,
That's right.
yes, I do like this. Take me some more.
That's
Challenge.
right.
That's my challenge to
Challenge.
y'all.
Yes. All right, besties. That's it for today's episode.
Make sure to follow, download, and share podcast socials with your other book besties. We would love to hear about your favorite monster romances. Please leave a comment on your favorite platform letting us know.
And join us next week where we're going to talk about audiobooks and our favorite narrators.
And remember,
We're glad you're here because
it's fated.